So I've been out of it for a little bit. Forgive me. It's Monday. That's not the day I normally do an InstaChurch, but I'm making up for lost time. So hopefully you'll bear with me. I haven't been in a great place, admittedly. But both the schedule that I've been on, trying to finish up a show is incredibly difficult. You start to really, things start to race towards the end, and people start to panic, realizing how much there is to do and how little time. Especially when I've got a job like the one that I'm on now, where I wrapped at 5 a.m. on Saturday morning in Toronto, and I need to be filming 8 a.m., which is where I am now, in Turkey Monday morning. I mean, what do you do? If you're behind, you get shut down. We got shut down for COVID. If we get shut down, where does that time go? We have to make it up somehow. So it's really stressful to finish a show and to, especially to finish a show, but just the demands that the industry places on you. But then on top of that, I've been without my family for a little bit now, and it's tough. It's tough. We were homeschooling for a year. My kids needed friends and community and school and extracurricular activities, and we've given them that. But it's, we've sacrificed the space that we get to occupy together, and that's tough. And so what my mind goes to is the future. Well, what does this mean for me like 6 months from now, like a year from now? When am I going to see them next? What is this going to feel like in 2 years when I've only gotten to see them for like spring break, a little over the summer and holidays, because my jobs are lined up through 2025, with no gaps or breaks in between. And like, knock on wood, I feel very fortunate. And I do feel like I am exactly where I was made to be. But that incompatibility is taking its toll, and it's depressing. And, I'm somebody who's with bipolar. I'm susceptible to those depressive manic swings, and so it can take me down, and that's another reason why it's been tough to do the Insta churches. But Psalm 61:8 is something that I think anybody would overlook. It's never stuck out to me. I've never heard anybody quote it. It's not the John 3:16 up on a pedestal of verses, but it says, "So I will sing praise to your name forever, that I might daily perform my vows." Especially now, at this point in my life, I need to be reminded of how we're called to channel our purpose. David is looking in this verse as he's writing to the messianic eternal kingdom that stretches into forever. And it's ruled by a perfect, good, and holy God, a covenant God, a God who calls us to obedience and righteousness, who eventually justified us through faith in Christ's work. That is where our minds are called to go if we're to look into the future, but only so much so that it allows us to focus on a better now. This is something I've not been doing very well, is focusing on the better now. I can't predict where I'm going to be in 5 months, no matter how certain some job seems. I can't predict where my family's going to be. I can't even predict that we're all going to be here living on earth. Like, there's no way to know 5, 6, 7, 12 months from now where we're going to be. And this verse sort of underscores that. Focus on the eternal relationship, praising God with your life, your mind, your passion, your purpose, on an eternal sense, so that you can better perform in the now, which is all we have.